Welcome to this VOX tutorial by me, Chris Abraham. This is going to be just sort of an exploration of the cool new social network site slash blog environment slash community called VOX. It's sponsored by the gang at Six Apart, who also owns LiveJournal and Movable Type and TypePad, maybe other things. This is sponsored by Applied Blogging Workshop, appliedblogging.org. I hope you can visit. I offer blogging and other types of training. Give me a call, let me know. Talk to you soon. Here we go, on to the VOX tutorial. All right. Well, up until last week, you needed to be invited to VOX, so really offering a tutorial didn't make any sense. So now you can actually join yourself, so this is more important. So go to vox.com, VOX.com, and you can click on Join Now. Enter an email address. I'm going to enter chris@abrahampr.com. I then submit that. And we'll see what happens. Thank you, please check your email. So what that means is I have to go check my email, so I'll do that now. logapr.com. And I will check my email. Great, this is taking a while. Happy to be here with you, just sort of sitting around. Here we go. Create a VOX account. This is going to require you to validate your registration. Unlike Blogger, which doesn't require validation, WordPress and VOX do. So either click on this link here that you get in your email or copy and paste it into the address bar. So here you are. You can create a password. You can choose a VOX address. I'm going to choose Abraham PR. My display name is the Abraham PR blog. My birth date is, don't tell anyone, oops, is March 8. Gasp. It is March 8, 1970. Woo. First name, Chris. Last name, Abraham. Gender, I am male. And my postcode is 20003, and then they ask you to prove that you're human. So in this case, it's P72FUW, and I agree to the VOX terms of service. Going to continue now. Hopefully I filled it out correctly. All right, so the first step you do is you have to, it walks you through this. So it asks you if you want to add Team VOX as your neighbor. Let's do that so we have some neighbors right away. Secondly, we can invite other people to this. Let's invite me, chrisabraham.vox.com is another email. It is actually my real VOX page, chrisabraham.vox.com. But I wanted to start a new account, so I'm not going to use that. I can show that to you, but we can do that later. Great, here we are. I can take a look at my new blog. Let's do it. Here we are, the beautiful Abraham PR Blogs blog. That is terribly redundant, in my opinion. So let's look at, see what we can do. Personalize your blog. Change the design of your blog and give it a personal touch. Let's go look at that in a second. Create your profile. We'll do that in a second. Compose a post. We'll do that in a second. Find people you know. We'll do that in a second. Sorry about that. This is terribly annoying. There we are. We'll look at that later. Check what everybody is talking about. We'll look at that later. Now, after that embarrassing gaffe, which hopefully is going to make you feel like I'm a real person instead of embarrassing me and making you leave, let's go look around. First thing you get to do is you get to change your blog's identity. The tagline here is stupid, so I will change that to the Abraham PR blog, and I will save that. Then I can choose a layout. I can have it be 3 columns with the content on the left, traditional 3 columns with the content in the center, traditional blog with the content on the left and the nav bar in the center, or traditional website with the nav bar on the left and the content on the center. I am going to choose this one, traditional blog. Then I can choose from a bunch of different templates. I am going to choose cityscapes. And since I am in Washington, I'm going to hope that maybe Washington is here. Voila. Now we've chosen Washington. Now let's go to the VOX identity, because I don't know what's going on with the other thing. Here, when you go to VOX identity, in terms of your public profile, the member name is Abraham PR instead of the Abraham PR blog. And then I can change a photo, or add a photo. I don't have any photo in my VOX library now, so I'm going to go to check my computer. I can also add Flickr. I can sign into Flickr. I can sign into PhotoBucket, or I can sign into iStock Photo. These are all 3. Actually, iStock Photo allows you to just search. But Flickr is really cool. I could sign us into there, but I won't do that right now. Let's just upload a picture very easily, being able to browse it. My pictures and thumbnails. Find a picture of me. One's right here, and I will upload it. The interesting thing about VOX and the cool thing is that you can limit anything that you write to what they call permissions level. So you can allow the world to view it, you can allow your friends and family to view it, you can allow only your friends or only your family, or only you, as in draft. In this case, we want the world to see it, so we'll update that. Now we should have a picture of myself there. Great. My real name is Chris Abraham. I'm visible. I want to be visible by default to the world. If you have anything that you want to limit yourself or your blogging to, for example, if you have a very public life, or if you have stalkers, or if you are getting a divorce, or if you are a public figure, or if you are a pretty girl, you might want to be very vigilant in terms of who gets to see what. So I'm in Washington, D.C., and I don't mind the world seeing it. If you'll notice, this visible to deals with every little detail, the real name, the birthday, or the gender. Unfortunately, the gender didn't state. I don't know why that is. So everybody can see all this fun stuff, and I could do a biography. There is method in my madness. I am a trainer and a PR flack. And my profile photo can be the same photo. But since I already have this now in my library, as I build my library, I can use that picture that's already in my library. And then I can insert tags that are in there by default, such as PR, public relations, training, tutorials, blogging, etc. I can include all of my contact information here, like CJ Abraham is my AIM. Oops. My Yahoo is Chris Abraham. My Skype is Chris Abraham. And my MSN is Christopher Abraham at hotmail.com. Since I'm a fool, I'm going to share that with the world. Most people would share that with just their friends and family, but being a shameless PR flack, more is better. So then I'm going to save that. We'll go back to the page we were at before, which wasn't loading correctly. Hopefully, we did select Cityscape by Washington, D.C. Here we are, applied to blog. Now we have, hopefully, our blog with its new look and feel and its new VOX identity. There's some other things that you can see here that are really cool in terms of your public profile. You can go to mobile settings and you can implement your cell phone into the communication process with the VOX world. In this case, if you have a BlackBerry or if you have a cell phone that allows you to email, or even if you just have a laptop and don't want to go to VOX every time you want to post, you can go to the mobile settings tab in your account, and you can take the email address that's here, which in this case is a almost unreadable one. A bunch of letters and numbers, uppercase numbers and lowercase letters at moblog.vox.com. You can tag in this case with, for example, razor. I have a razor, and I could comma and then type moblog and type just save that. Now, what I'm going to do after I do this. Is I'm going to reset the email, because I'm showing this in a public forum, and people could post to this using an email address. So I can always reset that email address very easily here. There's also outside services. I'm not going to go into adding posting emails right now, because that's not an essential service. We can go into that later. Now, outside services. You can set up a Flickr account, like I showed you with regards to the images. You can set up a photo bucket account, or you could cross-post to TypePad. Since VOX is owned by 6 Apart, which owns TypePad, this is one of the rare instances where you're encouraged to cross-post. I'm going to be doing a tutorial soon on TypePad, and I will then show that. So. Anyway, privacy notifications is the next tab. Email notifications, new connections, new comments, new private messages, etc. And then down here, which is important, who you will accept comment approval from. I will accept comments from all VOX members. And then I save that. Now, as I said before, there are things called basically, what is it called? These are default settings for new posts. It gives you roles, and roles are limited to the world, anonymous visitors, friends, which are your loose connections of people, your friends, and then there's your family, your close core of friends. You can restrict the viewing of your blog entries to one or more of them. You can default it here, which means every time you post, you can post, the world can post. I can ratchet it down to just friends and family, in other words, people you just invite, to just your friends or just your family. What this allows you to do is if you have, if you're, let's say, a new mother and you want to share pictures of your baby, you might only want to share that with your family. If you have pictures of your trip to Greece, you might want to share that with your friends, especially if it includes drunken debauchery. If you took a trip to Vegas, you might want to make it only you, which means it's absolutely private and you are doing the equivalent of writing in your own personal journal in your desk side drawer. And of course, if you want to share it with anybody but the public, you can share it with your friends and family. I guess a good default as a blogger would be the world to make it public. And when you do the posts, you can restrict each individual post to a limited association of people with whom you want to share. Who can comment on this? Everyone, in my opinion. And who can add tags to this? Friends and family. Which means my environment for Abraham PR is completely permissive. Ratcheting it down is up to you. I've been recommending VOX to a lot of my friends who were ravenous bloggers and then freaked out because they got a kind of attention they didn't like. For example, an ex-husband didn't like what was being said. A very, very pretty girl was getting too many fans, and she was writing for, she was writing for her grandma, basically, and her close friends, and she was getting a lot of attention from creepy guys on the internet. Some people have a perfectly open concept of themselves, but even so might want to just share certain photographs with a collection of friends. You go out to a happy hour and you just want to share it with people you're friends with or your colleagues, and not with your mom, who might be your family, or not with the general world who wouldn't understand it out of context. So I will save that. We haven't even blogged yet, have we? Huh. Anyway, let's go to your account. It's better to set this stuff up ahead of time, because then you won't mess up. There's really nothing we need to do here except for make sure your time zone is accurate. It does not allow me to adjust it according to Washington, D.C., so we'll just choose New York and then save it. The next step, we'll close this window, is to we can now compose a message. Okay? If you'll see, you always have these choices at the top of your screen. Home, Vox Watch, which we'll go into later, Compose, Design, which we've created, you'll see in a second, as Washington, D.C., Organize, and Explore. Our first Vox post done for video tutorial. Smashing. Now, it's so easy to use. If you notice, it's all friendly and big. It uses Ajax, I think, and a lot of Web 2.0 fun stuff. So you can do anything you want. You can copy and paste from Word. You can type pretty, openly. The hills are alive with the sound of my keyboard as I blog, while I talk like in the movies, as I record a video tutorial for the world to pimp Vox. All right, here we go. Okay, so I can hyperlink to Vox, which might be cool. And I just go up to this little linky thing called link, and I can type www.vox.com. Thing to realize here is that you need to include the HTTP colon. Wasn't that easy? The sound of my keyboard. You see, I can, the next steps are, and I hit return, and I can make a list. Post an entry. Organize the blog. Explore Vox Watch. Look around. Wrap it up. All right. So if you see here, you can do all kinds of cool stuff. You can insert photos by clicking Insert an Item. Let's put it down here. Insert photo. I will use the one that I've been using because I don't have any others up. Now I can go ahead and I can decide how large it's going to be. I can make it small, medium, or large. I will make it small, and I will make it right. You can control the way it is inserted into your entry here very easily. All right. Now I'm going to move this, and I'm going to put it up at the top. All I did was cut it, and paste it. Isn't that pretty? There's some controls here that you can edit that, you can format that, or you can delete that. It's very easy to adjust things here. If I want to undo that, I think I could have even dragged and dropped it. Let's see, I can drag that right to the top here and it'll move. Very sweet. Now, we could also add audio and video and books, but I don't have anything right like that right now. But down here, who do you want to access your post? Right? Who can view this? The world. I can make it just friends and family, but why not the world? There's nothing very private there. And who can comment on this? Everyone. Now, the internet and the blogosphere constantly wants to know what you're writing about based not only on what is on your blog, but how you tag it. You know, that kind of gives them a concept of labels that associate with the content of your blog. And let's go back up here real quick. The hills are alive with the sound of my keyboard is a quasi-bad interpretation of a musical song. So I'm going to highlight it, which is Control-I, and I can make video tutorial. I can make it bold. And see, so there's just a lot of things that you can do here. Like I can choose email me at chris@abrahampr.com. And if I highlight Abraham PR, I can click to email. And I can type chris@abrahampr.com. Makes things a lot easier. Or I can just even here email me. Yes, and I'm perfectly aware that I got distracted. I just wanted to, I realized that I was not finishing up here in terms of what you can do up here at the top. Okay, tags. What we do here with tags is Abraham PR, first post, Vox, video tutorial, video tutorial. If you'll notice, all of these are separated by commas. It tells you here these tags, aka labels, should be comma separated, so do that. And now, it's time to post. Very easy. And you know, this is much easier than I'm making it sound, because you don't need to do any of these options. You just need to go in here and you need to write, and then click save. Hurrah! So now we can view the post on our blog. Let's take a look at it. Ooh, here we are. If you'll notice, it's beautiful. It has the background of the nation's capital, and it has our first VOX post done for video tutorial, and it has the hills are alive with the sound of my keyboard. Down here you can see you can post a comment. You can also judge it. Seto, das ist gut. Esto es bueno. Isto é bom. Bom dia. Anyway, this is good, quote. I like it. In here you can still do a lot of, linking and so forth, even in the comments. Let's go back to that post. The cool thing about this particular blog and this particular social network is that it uses all kinds of really cool Web 2.0 Ajax-y tools. So you can click on the post details, right? You can click edit. And you can go back to where you set up the article or the post. Supposedly, the picture turned out just fine. It's really so. That's the only thing I can say about it so far. And it's processing it, and you can easily edit what you did. You can delete it from here. You can click on the title, and the title links directly to the same post. And then when you go to that post, this is really cool. When you go to each individual post on your blog, you can change things directly there. If you click on that, it'll allow you to edit the name of the post. If you click on the content, let's cancel out of that. If you click on the content, that doesn't change. That requires you to go to edit. But I can change this, our first VOX post, and get rid of the video tutorial, and I can save that right there. A lot of things, if you click on them, you have the ability to change them directly in the page, as opposed to having to go to the edit page for everything. Along the right here, there's About Me, Neighborhood, people I'm connected to, and then the archives, very traditional. Let's look around further to the main VOX page. Now, here we go. When you arrive on VOX, which is called the home page, there's a lot of things to see here, and this is how you start getting involved into other people's beeswax and your community at large. So, for example, the kind of, what is it, the hook of VOX, the cool thing that they have here to help get you engaged is this question of the day. VOX's question of the day is, if you could live anywhere in the world, where would you live and why? Answer it. What this does is take you right to your blog. It populates a blog post and it gives you your cursor right where you to pin content and that. And there's other things as neat things found on VOX, friends and family, fun else, something on VOX. And what it does is it populates this entry. This is really popular, really popular. Here we are. I would live on the beach on the Big Island of Hawaii, and I would free dive until my lungs exploded and my hair turned into kelp. So, makes it really easy to come up with ideas of what to blog about. It automatically populates what tags do you want to add to this post, and dream address and quote of the day. You can just pop it right there. Simple, simple, and easy to go. That seems to be it right now. Let's explore. Let's go back to home. Look around a little bit more. The question of the day: you can find someone on Vox based on their email name or blog URL. You can invite your friends. You can see what else is going on at Vox. You can find something on Vox based on post, photos, audio, video, books, or people. There's a pull-down menu like that. Full text search. And then there's Vox News. Up here you have what's called Vox Watch. Vox Watch is sort of a lens that you can explore the whole Vox experience using. It offers you recent photos from neighbors. It shows you recently favorited on Vox. It shows recent comments and recent posts from my friends and family and neighbors. Since I only have one friend right now, it is pretty limited. But if I go ahead really quickly and check my mail at Gmail, I can add my real Vox account to my friends and family. Let's see if this works. And check out my new blog. Let's see if I can make this go wonderful crazy. Check it out. Let me go in there using my other account here and quickly add you to add friends here. Let's go right here to vox.com, and I will log in as myself. I'm using a different browser because I'm already logged in as Abraham PR. Let us get in there, sign in. I'm in there at cja@well.com. Very slow site. That is one negative thing, I would say. And here I am. In this case, I will go as a logged in participant. I will go to Abraham PR blog. And I will add right here, you are not connected to Abraham PR, and I will click right here to edit that. So I can add, it's not easy to find, but I want to add to neighborhood, and I will make Abraham PR friends and family. Sweet. Now we'll go back to where we were before to explore posts, right? And we'll go back to Vox Watch. And we'll look at friends. and look at family and look at neighbors. At this point, we need to go to chrisabraham.vox.com. In order to add chrisabraham.vox.com, we have to go to, you are not connected to Chris Abraham, go to the edit bar. And we need to add that to profile. Now, when we go to Abraham, we'll go to vox.com. And we log in as Abraham PR, and we go to VoxWatch. We will now see that Chris Abraham has become and all of his posts have become part of the neighborhood. So that's how you build your connection. You send emails to your friends, you ask them to join, you go around using VoxWatch and explore what people are saying, or you can go onto a larger level such as is up here on Explore. And you can look even further afar to recent posts on Vox. These people are not currently friends or family or neighborhood, but if you view their work and look at the kind of dream addresses they have and fall madly in love with them, you could reach out to them and ask them to be part of your community. This is very much a community-based social network where it behooves you to not only bring the people who you currently know, but to explore the blogs of other people you don't and then build relationships with them. Finally, let's go to organize. As we grow our photos and add new photos, we can organize them here, and we can look at them here. So you'll see the comments, you can see the posts, things you can add, like I said, are photos. You can also explore books. So for example, you can insert a book from Amazon.com. So you can type the word naked conversations, and then you can search for that. And you could add that to your collection. And then you can go into audio, and you could search on Amazon, and you can type Radiohead. And you could add my favorite album, The Bends. And then you can go to videos, and you can type on YouTube, you can type egg disc, and you can add videos onto here. As you build your collection, you're kind of judged, if you will, based on what you like, and other people can explore kind of the things you like. You can also edit all these things, right? You can edit them, you can view them, you can organize them, you can go into photos, and you can add new photos. And in this case, I can go to Flickr, which I'm a member of, and I could click a Flickr authorization link. And I will sign in. Please excuse this ugliness. But they're very well connected here. So it is simple to interlink content through various and sundry support and services. And now we're authorized, so we're good to go. Now we've got all these pictures we can add. I can add this nude picture, and I can add, and see, now that I've done that, it's permanently there, right? I can add this picture of espresso, and then people will get the idea that the only thing I think about is nudes and coffee, and myself, which, you know, in general isn't far from the truth. And as you build yourself, I mean, you are what you are, so as you build yourself, you will become more rich. So if you go to my VOX blog now, you will see that a lot has changed, right? You will see that not only do we have my dream address, but in our first blog post, you'll see that we have, you can send a message to me, you can send an IM, in photos, there's the 3 photos I have there. In neighborhood, you can see who's in my neighborhood. You can see the tags that I've been using. You can see the recent comments. And now that I've added videos, audio, and books, they've been added too. You see? People get a real idea for you and of you. And that's it. Anytime you want to write a new blog post, all you got to do is go home, and actually I was wrong. You go to compose, obviously. And it's as easy as this. Yet another pithy, witty, contrived, dull post. This is the last post I will post because I am at the end of the online VOX video tutorial d'amour. And as you know, when you quote foreign languages, you put italicized, and we want to highlight VOX. We want to make it link. So easy to do. And I'll type here, don't forget to visit Applied Blogging, Chris Abraham, and Abraham PR. And I can just highlight these, and I can link www.appliedblogging.org, appliedblogging.org, and www.chrisabraham.com, and finally www.abrahampr.com. Now you have a lot of control here. Don't forget, you can up the size of this and anything else you want to do. A lot of control on this particular thing, including being able to indent and whatnot. I'm going to put these down here, and voila, save. And I think that's it, guys. I hope you're still with me. That's all it takes. And aloha, mahalo, and feel free to email me at chris@abrahampr.com or harangue me for making such long, dull, convoluted posts. Don't forget, before you leave, if you are in a public terminal, such as in a library or at school or in a computer lab, don't forget to sign out. And you are now free, and I will let you go. Thank you very much, and aloha.